All right, guys, we are live. So welcome THP Universe. Um, this will go down a little bit differently than these normally go. Normally, you can sit there with me, and I'm going to break down previews and odds and all of these other things. This is normally how it goes. This time, I'm playing. So what that means is I like us in every match. So here are your odds. Team JDax by 1,000,000. Okay. Um, or 16. What is there? 16 points available? Yeah, 16. 16 I know that's my pick. So we're not going to do that today. What we are going to do over the next 2 nights, and we're waiting on one of the participants as we speak with internet issues. But I'm going to bring on.
Yeah, here it goes. I can already see it. You should
I
have
can
said,
already see it. Yeah,
yeah,
I
it
mean,
should have
yeah.
something else.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, he needs a. I mean, obviously, Billy has a PTO generator somewhere at his house. He's not doing nothing here. Right. Like everything's fine. Cobb's internet's down. We're waiting on. There he is. There he is. I just saw him. We're bringing him
All
in.
right.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
You
Can you hear
get
me?
you get the tractor parked?
Oh yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, the gang's all here. So what I was going to do over the course of the next couple nights is bring every member of Team JDax on, do a little introduction, talk about what their THP story is, ask them a couple questions, field some live questions from the THP universe, and sort of discuss our matches. Okay. So without any further ado, I'm going to go around the horn. Billy, we'll start with you first. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
So my name is Billy H. Kind of like Cobb, I live in Eastern North Carolina, kind of towards the southern tip of the Outer Banks. Real nice area, very rural. Found THP. I was actually looking for a review on some old Mizuno MX200 irons, and from there I just kind of stuck around. Saw how cool it was. Saw the the Albatross Club. Said, you know what? Let's try it. I'd love to play golf. I suck at it, but just like everybody else, we go out there, we have fun, we don't care. Um, so, I just figured I'd stick around for a little while. It seems like a really, really good environment.
Awesome. So, Billy, welcome aboard. Welcome to Team JDax. So, without any other further introductions, JB Cobb the third. There's a fourth one of y'all out there now. Maybe there are more coming. I mean,
No.
but look, if you have another son, can I just this has nothing to do with the rivalry or anything? Would you name him JB Cobb the fifth? And how would you delineate within your household which kid you were talking to?
No, there will be no JB Cobb the fifth. So, I'm sorry, my wife keeps interrupting me. She's listening and she's aggravating me. I apologize, but no, there's no JB Cobb the fifth coming at all. So, I wouldn't even do that to my non-born son. So no JB Cobb the fifth. So the fourth stops with my son now. So
okay, awesome news. I'm glad that everyone's gonna be super excited to hear that. How long have you been around THP? What's your THP story?
I started on THP in let's see, I think late 2018. The reason I joined THP was I just moved down here to beautiful Women Ward, North Carolina, and we bought a house here on this little subdivision that has a little par three. And I hadn't played golf in probably almost 10 years at that point because between working and coaching football and wrestling, golf just took a back seat for a while. So I thought, well, I'd get back into it. But the problem was, I had the same clubs I did from when I was like 18. I mean, they were 20 years old. So I was just kind of interested in what was new. So I started looking around all the forums and I looked at the other ones out there and I didn't like them very much. And I liked THP. So I decided, well, I'll sign up for this one and I'll join in, ask some questions. And, from there, I got into the sweep against Michigan Grip Rip. And then that was May of 2019. And then that June, I got placed on Team Tyler with you and went out to the Ben Hogan experience there at the Gaylord in Nashville. And then ever since, I've been a member of THP ever since then. So that's a little bit about my THP story.
Yeah, about you almost bankrupted Budget Golf in the process. That was really.
I think I might have ruined that for everybody. I'm sorry, not sorry. Apologize.
Right. Okay, M. Maynard. Last but not least, introduce yourself.
It's like you're saving Grandpa for last or something. I've got a story. Like I've been a storied THP career. I would have to say that I've been here since 2013. I think I found the forum. I was looking for a review on some tailor-made RBX irons, RBZ rocket balls.
RBZ,
look at that. Man, those are dated, right? And lo and behold, within a couple of weeks, I was up in Ohio, and some forum members who are no longer here reached out and said, "Why don't you come out to? We got just a unofficial gathering. There's like 40 of us playing golf." And I made the drive out like 45 minutes. I met Canadan, who's right there. He's never heard of me, but we played around together, 9 holes at least. But ever since then, it's been it's a place to THP is a place for golfers just to get together, talk, step away from everyday life. And they put on Josh and Morgan and all the brands put on some great experiences. This one right here. And then, shortly thereafter, I think 4 months later, I found out about this thing called the Morgan Cup. Just diving through threads in the forum. I was actually selected to partake in the 2014 Morgan Cup. It's totally different than it is today. There were 40 guys in that event, 5 different brands. We were treated, I mean, I could flip out I got 2 staff bags right here. From that event with my, it's just things that you can't comprehend, and it's a family, and I'm here. It's just things.
Awesome. So yeah, you talked about events. So we'll start with Cobb on this one. Why did you choose this event, Cobb?
Honestly, a little retribution, a little payback, a little for myself to, 2019, my Ben Hogan experience there wasn't great. I didn't play well. I feel like I let Team Tyler down. I feel like I let myself down. So it's just a little bit of redemption for me. Same place, same, on the same team as you, JDax. So honestly, it's just a little bit of self-redemption on my part. That's the reason why I signed up for it.
Billy, what about you?
So I've got to be kind of selective with the events I pick. That's awesome. I've got to get something that's in relatively close driving range. It's not that I don't want to fly. It's got to be a good event for me to pony up some cash to send some clubs and fly with clubs and everything else, and the headache with all of it involved. So this one came up. Dax, I've watched a lot of your shows, the previews, and I'm like, dude, Dax is actually a pretty freaking cool guy.
Thank you.
Why not? Plus, when JB said, "Hey, I'm dropping my name in the hat," he seems like a pretty cool guy. Apparently, dude can talk some pretty good smack, a whole lot better than everybody else on his team. So, and it gives me the opportunity to play against some team pops. Hell yeah, we're coming in. Why not?
What about you, Matt? Why did you choose this event?
Well, I'm gonna. It's gonna sound. I may hear some backlash on the forum, but when I had just come off the tail of the Titleist experience in Mexico, and once you leave a THP experience or event, whatever you want to call it, you want to get back into one. And I just perusing through the forum one day, and I said, "What is this? The Rivalry?" I'm like, I don't think I've ever placed foot in this thread. Jumped in there. From the minute that I was in there, I haven't played with JDax. You're like a legend. I've never met you. And then there's illiterate. I played golf with him a long time ago at an event, and it just seemed like it's team golf. There's nothing like a team event. So it was one that I wanted to get into.
So that segues me very nicely. We're going to talk about the format, right? So the rivalry is a little bit of a throwback, right? Back in the day, 2014, 2015, 2016, even in 2017, I believe. We used to have these things called regional rivalries on THP. And I think the last one was in 2017. In fact, I played in the last one in 2017, the SEC regional rivalry in Paris Landing in Biloxi, with a very horrifically bad weather situation. Like right before we went through there, a tropical storm had come through Biloxi. The course only had 9 holes open. It was sort of brutal. But it's team golf, to Matt's point earlier. So a lot of different team golf things occurred during the THP event calendar in several different formats. And the format for this one is going to be 18-hole shamble, then 9-hole alternate shot, and then singles with teams of 8. Based on how many people wanted to play for either team, that's how Danny and JB were selected to play for illiterate by an overwhelming majority of the THP universe. People would rather play on this team, the Team JDax side versus the Team illiterate side. I think that we're going to have a whole lot of fun. We've had some weather here in Nashville. So we've had 8 inches of snow. We got a couple of inches of rain today. The snow is melted. Ground is pretty saturated. I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to having all of you guys there. Let's get into the matches. Let's talk about y'all's matches. So this is sort of the format. I'm going to bring the rest of the team on tomorrow. We'll talk about the matches then. But JBC, the third.
Yes, sir.
Cobber 3 Sticks, whatever. I want you to change your forum name. And Billy H, y'all are going out together. Now, we do not switch partners for the Saturday, which is a little bit unusual. A lot of times, if you have a 9-hole portion, you would have an option to switch partners in some cases. This time we do not. Obviously, the comments are on fire because Maynard is watching them for me. He's kind of laughing about them. Y'all go out against JB, the before mentioned JB, and illiterate. JBC, you're playing as a 20, Billy H 22 at the last check. I'm sure Morgan will be asking us for our last second handicaps. The last I knew that JB was a 9, illiterate's an 8. You'll get 70% off the low here. What are y'all thoughts, man? First off, state for the record, were you surprised that y'all were paired together by me?
No. We kind of asked for it. So, I mean, I think it pairs well for us. I mean, we live close together. We've already had a practice round together. So, I mean, we've already started this partnership a long time ago. So it just makes sense, for us to go out together, to tell you the truth. And maybe, like a Papa Palooza, maybe we can just pull a rabbit out of the hat and, steal one for you.
Right. I mean, I think that they did ask to go out together for everyone that's kind of wanting to know. And in a shamble format, it really only takes one of y'all. Let's just get something in the fairway, get something off the tee, and then go out there and try to pop them and drop them. I think that would be the key goal here. So what's in y'all's bags? Team Mega Pops. What are y'all going to show up with here next weekend in y'all's bags?
Great.
Funny, we both share a driver. We got the B21 driver.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
I went out. I spent a little bit of money on a bag strictly for this event. I had some 921 Hot Metal Pros that weren't doing it, so they went back to second swing and got me some nice Callaway Epic Star fancy gold shaft clubs, just because I can. I mean, it's not Mura, but whatever. But then I've got the Sax Perenni. So everything in the bag right now is Callaway. Callaway driver, Callaway. Got some hybrids I'm testing out right now. Callaway Mac Daddy wedges. Got PM grind on one, and then the Sax Perenni.
What about you, Cobb? That is that. But before we move on, that is a unbelievably THP type of bag that you've got going on there. Gold shafted, epic star, Sax Perenni. Only one of my wedges is a PN grind. That is almost peak THP. What about you, Cobb? What are you going to be playing with?
Well, just to comment on that Sax Parente putter of his, I mean, that thing's legit. If you get a chance to test one of those out, you should. I just recently made a change, as you seen on the forum, a day or two ago. Buddy of mine at Budget Golf came through for me, and I was able to get a really good set, a brand new set of the Halo irons for a really great deal, and I couldn't pass them up. So I pulled the Ben Hogan Edge EX irons out, and I put the Halo irons in, and then I'm finishing the set off with a CBX 254-degree wedge and a Cleveland Smart Soul sand wedge. And then at the top of the bag, still kind of the same, the Big Bertha driver, the Hogan GS53 3-wood, and the Vector 18-degree hybrid. And I'm still rolling the Hogan mallet from 2019. So I still got three clubs right now that's been in the bag since 2019.
That's solid. I for one, as your captain, appreciate you taking the shovels into this thing.
I bet you do.
What about you, Matt? What are you working with?
Well, we're gonna roll with a new driver. I got it about 2 weeks ago, so we're gonna roll with the i3 driver. Got a M6 3-wood, Ping hybrid, 2 hybrid, and then from there we're going with the Titleist T100s S's. For this one, I've been hitting them pure, getting good distance. I got those back in October at the Titleist Experience, so looking forward to throwing some darts with those irons there. And then wedges, I'm playing wedges from back in 2013.
Old tech,
but they are money. So my Bridgestone J40s from the Morgan Cup back in 2014. And then I've got my Titleist T22 Trillium putter, Newport 2.
Okay. So here's what I'm rocking with. As y'all know, my 2022 bag will be full of Cobra goodness. Okay. And before I give you my bag, I will give you a large shout out to USD Mamiya. Without them, the rivalry would not be happening. They are the sponsor for this event. So Danny and the team over there love them. Can't wait to see what he has in store for us. At the top of my back, I have an Epic Max low spin driver, 10.5 degrees right now. Epic Max 3-wood. There will be a high wood in the bag for this event. And then there's an Apex 4 hybrid. The irons I'm going to roll with are the Apex DCBs. My wedges are Cleveland RTXs, Zip Core. And then the putter, I have settled on a putter. Oh. We are, yes, this is an official announcement. The putter that I'm going to beat Mike with is going to be a Toulon Atlanta. So, yeah, so that's what's in my bag. So let's talk about alt shot. Y'all talked about Shamble a little bit, mega pops, attempt to pop them and drop them. Y'all draw a different group here. Y'all draw Danny coming in as a 2 against Luden, a 15. Alt shots 9 holes. What I've been told is the front 9 at Gaylord. What are your thoughts on that match? Y'all catch Danny, y'all catch JB, y'all catch a litter, y'all catch Danny, all the legends, in an attempt to be legend killers. What do y'all think?
Go ahead, Billy.
All right, so we really hadn't talked officially about this. Mm-hmm. I know in our team meeting, we were talking about it doesn't necessarily mean the strongest one off the tee should be taking all the odds. I think we're going to discuss it a little bit further offline with me and Cobb because we've got a hell of a ride down to Nashville. But it might be if it's easier off the tee and wider off the tee with the odd numbers, I might take the tee. But as long as we get something playable, I think the weather conditions with how soggy it is, that's going to play a big role into our advantage. You think we're playing a lot of guys they're good. They're good golfers. Cobb and I, we're not. Straight up, we're not. So it doesn't matter if we got a good lie or a bad lie. We can duff it just the same. So as long as we just keep that ball moving forward, we duff it. We can laugh at it because we're used to it. You get illiterate out there, he starts duffing a shot here and there. It's going to throw his game off. And the third time he steps back on something, that's going to be fun.
Look, I think it's going to be a lot of lift clean in place. It's going to be really, really soggy. If you're going to back away, you may be splashing water up on you. Hopefully we don't do that. Scooby has a real bit quick comment before I go to Cobb, talking about how great the UST Mamiya product is. In fact, I didn't give you this when I gave you what's in my bag, but everything in my bag has got a UST Mamiya shaft except for that high wood and the putter and the 3-wood. So everything else has got. I'm going to be rocking Recoil 95 Protos, F4s. I've got a Lean Q in my driver right now. I'm ready to go. I love all their stuff. Big UST Mamiya mark. If y'all didn't already know that. Cobb, what do you think about this alternate shot situation? Y'all catch Danny and Luden. It's a low, it's a low, a super low with a high mid. In a 9-hole situation, y'all are gonna pop like everywhere, right? Just so, what do you think?
I think at that point with Danny carrying Luden, maybe hopefully the weight just is too much for Danny and they kind of fall apart and we just take advantage of the pops, because at that point, bogeying at par is a good score on a bad weather day, and you got Danny backpacking his partner around for 9 holes. So hopefully at that point, once again, we just sneak in there and we steal one more point for you. So, we're coming in as the high caps. That's true. But, don't count us out yet. We're still a live dog in this.
Dude, if y'all steal me a point or steal me 2, I'm ecstatic. I'm doing like Mud Angels. Like if Mega Pops comes in with 2 points after day 1, I mean, just go Katie bar the door. This thing's over. So I guess Matt, let's talk about our match.
I want to find out first. Do you think Danny can carry Luden? I mean, Danny's like 4'6", right?
Danny carried me one time in a shambles situation. So I'm sure that Danny's going to be able to do whatever heavy lifting is needed to be done. But that was good. Matt, I'm a 12. I think you're going to end up as a 10. We go out against Parrot and Tread, 2 12s. Very minimal pops are in either of these matches, right? We are the only pairing that does not switch for alternate shot. So we play them both during shamble and during alternate shot. What are your thoughts when you saw the pairings? First off, when we had an extensive discussion amongst the team before I sent the pairings in, there was probably like 26 different pairing configurations that I probably went through before we settled on what we turned in. What did you think when you saw the pairing configurations and you and I were going together?
I think we talked about it quite a bit, and when you look at the pairings that come out, everyone's like, oh, that Pops versus illiterate JB, that's the match. Everyone's going to be dialed in watching that match. We're playing pretty much straight up.
Yeah,
it is going to be straight up golf. It's no one's popping here, no one's popping there. You've got to come playing your game. And I've played with Parrot before. He like you got to keep him awake. He'll take a nap here and there on the course. It's just lunchtime nap. Tread, I don't know if the guy's posted more than 23 times in the thread, this forum or this rivalry. He's a sleeper to me. I don't know how he's going to play. I've kind of tried to research him. Haven't found much out there, but I'm looking forward to both the shamble and the alt shot. Just need to tell you, yesterday I practiced my club throwing abilities. I'm not very good at it, so if anyone's out front, just watch out because it may go backwards.
Oh
Um,
God.
so I'm really looking forward to it. I think looking at the course, those first 6 holes are going to be key. There's some tight driving holes on that, so if you can't get one in play, it's going to be tough. And then you add the weather in. We don't know what the weather. It could be 40 degrees and snow on Saturday morning. We just don't know. So there's going to be a lot hinging on that match, and it's gonna be fun to play with those guys for two rounds in a row. I mean, I'm drinking a beer called Lakeshore Fog. That's what they're gonna feel like at the end of both of those matches. But you know,
Yeah, I love matches where there aren't a lot of pops. I like this situation. I like it when I saw it. I'm like, okay, the pops are negligible in both the shamble format and the alt shot format. I think that you're absolutely right. The first 5 holes on this course are going to decide a lot of these matches because the course sort of opens up. It sort of eases up on you, and it's a little there's benign stretches on this course after the first 5 holes, and I think that as long as you're staying tight in a match and you don't get behind early, I think anything can happen in either of these. I do like the fact that the alternate shot stands is on the front nine. I think that it's the harder of the two nines. Um, but yeah, I love this pairing. I made the pairing, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to go out. Now, look, there was multiple scenarios who I was going to go out with, and then we settled on this one. Really, mainly, and I'll just tell you, I worked all my pairings from alternate shot and worked back. I know that Matt, you have an extensive history in playing alternate shot at these events. It's not a format that people play all the time, so. Yeah, I think that we can go out there, ham and egg it, win
yeah,
a couple points.
it's one of my
Um, I,
favorite
I have no doubt about
formats.
that. Is that
Yeah,
your favorite format, alt
it
shot?
is. It is.
Why?
Why? I think it's because that brings the true team aspect into it. You can't go out there and just shamble, just have one partner fire away the second go. You're in it to win it or you're in it to lose it. It's like, and you can't because you may hit one bad shot, I may hit one the next, and you can't go out there and say, well,
Mm-mm.
you lost that hole for us. That's the true team aspect of golf, all shot.
So I'm going to talk about. We've been on about 26. I don't want to go forever. I like us. Like again, like you're not going to get the same sort of like, hey, this is how I think this is going to break down because I like us in every match. So just there you go. Let's talk about who y'all drew in singles, and I'll start with Billy. Billy, um, you go out against some guy's coat, someone's coat, something. Okay, you're gonna get. It looks like you're gonna. He's laying 3 here in this spot. What were your thoughts when you saw the pairing and just sort of walk me through that.
So this is my first time ever playing competitive golf. My first THP event. I didn't care who I drew. I was gonna say, give me the hardest, give me whatever, give me the guaranteed L, so you guys don't have to take one. Then this match gets thrown on my lap. Then I hear some dude's coat is talking about he's playing blades and he's not that good. That might be a vanity cap, and I just start salivating. It's going to be awesome. I've got a feeling that like I said, if I can just keep the ball in front of me and keep a little bit of pressure on him, he's going to fold. I've been in a lot of high stress situations in my life. People that have followed along the forum, I'm a combat veteran through the Marine Corps. I was in the first Battle of Fallujah. Been there. I've done that. I've been shot at. Golf is not stressful. Golf is fun. You want to put me under pressure? Yeah, I might have a little bit of pressure on me, but watching somebody have some real pressure on them and knowing that they have to make a shot, knowing that they have to make a 3-4 foot putt, because I'm not going to give it to you, that watching those knees buckle, oh, that's going to be awesome.
So are you someone that you're not going to give anything friendly? I mean, you realize that we're like in this first group, we're supposed to be setting a pace, right? We're going to try to get through this event. I'm already playing deliberate. Okay. I'm playing against deliberate. And now you're talking about like I'm going to need to see that like for everything. Is that really what we're going to do?
if I can make it, he can make it. So we're giving a foot, maybe a foot and a half, 3 foot. Some of them 3 foots with some break, man. That'll tear up a lot of people when there's pressure on them.
Okay, all right.
In soggy grass too.
In
green.
soggy conditions. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to let's do this one. I'm having trouble with my thing. Hold on. Who's supposed to be up next? Cobb. Let's flip Cobb here.
There he is.
Okay, you're on the ticker, right?
Yeah.
Cobb, talk to me. You draw tread. I mean, you're getting 8 here. Now that is a I mean, that's a lot. I mean, in most matches we get, by the way. I mean, mainly because the combined handicap of the two teams, there was a wide spread. I think that ours was somewhere around 13.5 or so, and I think Illiterates was like 10.5. So, of course, in the singles match format, we were going to get in most of these scenarios. You get a bunch here. You draw tread 23 posts, 23 flavors, whatever. Is 23 flavors that in Dr. Pepper? Like there's 23 flavors in a Dr. Pepper. Maybe he's a big Dr. Pepper fan, and that's why his name is Tread 23 or something. What were your thoughts when you saw the match, Kyle?
Honestly, it really didn't matter who you put me against or who I drew. I'm really confident going into this event, so it really didn't matter. And most time, like you said, I was going to be popping against anybody. So it's just, staying within myself, playing my game, keeping the ball in bounds, making good shots, taking advantage of the pops, and, putting the ball in the hole. It's pretty simple. It's just elementary at that point. A to B, put the ball in the hole, go to the next hole, and get off the course. I wish I knew more about Tread, but I don't. He doesn't post a lot, so I don't really know a whole lot about him. So, I mean, he might be a great guy, and I hope he is. But unfortunately for him, he's got to fade 8 pops. And, like 2 years ago, playing against LLIB, when somebody's popping on a par 3 and you're not, that is super tough to get to stop. So I guess he's going to find out what it's like on Sunday.
He's here too, by the way. You just told him how it's going to be.
Who's that?
Tread.
Oh, hey, Tread, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. I appreciate you showing up.
I mean, are you gonna pull? Are you gonna pull? It doesn't matter what his name is.
Not really.
No,
the silent assassin. So, obviously, you're predicting victory for yourself there.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're not thinking you can win, then don't show the hell up. I mean, stay home.
So, Maynard, let's talk. Let's talk about your match. This one, I love this match. In fact, I kind of almost wanted to, if we weren't together all day one, this is kind of one of the matches I would have wanted to have a front row seat and see while I was playing Illiterate. TTU Cliffhanger, my man, mustache and all, is going to roll in, and somehow there is not a mustache stipulation on this event. I think that what did he say? Like usually if you lose like a hair stipulation, you have to lose and I'll shave it off. But now it's I'm going to celebrate a win by shaving it off. So which I don't get.
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of weird. And then I look at his name here, TTU Cliffhanger. Did he have a premonition that he was going to have something hanging off his? It's big as a cliff. I'll tell you that. But anyways, he's not here tonight. He's actually on a plane. Maybe it's an excuse. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to that match. That he is one of the, he's been in that thread from teams have been announced. Plays a lot. Seems to have a good game. I guess everyone does when you play on putt-putt courses, but I don't know.
Savage.
Mario. I did have a uniform, but he wasn't gonna be here, so I wasn't gonna wear it just for the the hell of it. But I love that. So I trimmed mine up a little bit. I was going to try to hang neck and neck with him, but I just couldn't get there, within a week. So, I think it's going to be one of those matches that goes back and forth, and knowing how the two of us are, it's going to be a lot of chirping at one another. It's going to be one of those ones where JB's not here tonight, but he says his match against Hibbs is that's the one to watch. I think this is the one that's going to have the most fireworks, whether it be going to 18, having to make a 18-inch putt, or over at 11. I don't know.
G-Man has a question. Does his 12 travel? I'm assuming he's asking about Tread 23, Dr. Pepper 23 flavors. I don't know. Well, I mean, we're gonna find out. Parrot wants to know, would you be willing to put your eyebrows against his mustache?
Oh, I would trim them. I'll grow them out. 'Cause, I mean, I don't have any hair. That hair just migrates. It goes down. It goes on the back. Whatever. I'll shave the eyebrows. They'll grow back if I lose.
You've heard it here first. I mean, we have to. He's on a plane. We have to get him to accept it. But we could have a mustache versus eyebrows match here at the Rivalry. Yeah, let me pull this up. I'll talk now since I'll have so many.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? I have the rest of the group joining me tomorrow. This is the main event. We're gonna go out first. Cobb, you're at the end, right? I didn't talk about placement. You're with Marmel at the end. Billy, you're with me. You get a front row seat to this one. Yeah, I mean, I'm working on some things. Like I've gotten a couple text messages. I am an underdog. I don't think that it's any question. Illiterate's a little bit better of a ball striker than I am. But I think that the weather, the poor weather situation could be beneficial, as my mood lighting went out. Could be a little bit of a beneficial because I do think that I've played with Mike plenty. And like he does not like to play in poor weather. He does not like to play. I'm a mutter. Okay. I pride myself on that. I think that I'm going to give him all he wants in this match. I think it's going to be really fun to watch along on the form, and that's really what is important in my opinion. I'm sure that he's going to have a lot to say if he was around in posting. I mean, I think that he would have a lot to say about my commentary here. Hopefully someone clue him in and tell him what I had to say. But I like us in most of in all of these matches, in fact. What did I shoot at Bluegrass? Here's some questions going in.
Yeah,
let's see. I shot a 90.
I don't know if everyone else. I can't comment to anyone in the thread. I don't have a comment button. I do when we have a separate chat, but I don't like. There's a lot of questions. I can't comment back to anyone, but I am reading. There is one here from Matt Dawson wanting to know if any of us have played any away golf or how much have we played over the leading up to this event. I'll kick it off.
I go down to Florida regular. I got parents that still live down there. Every time I go down there, I try and play a different course. My handicap travels, I can tell you that much. I've played both LPGA courses, and I shot the same on both courses. I've played all the Disney courses. Hell, I played the Magnolia from the tips like a dummy and still wound up shooting 104 there. So for me, I think that's actually pretty healthy. So my handicap does travel. I've played anywhere I go, I can try and play. Out in the mountains in North Carolina, dude, those are some of the most fun courses. They're short, but they're extremely challenging. So, yeah, I've played a little bit everywhere.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I travel a lot for work. So anytime I'm on the road, my clubs are, they're with me. So I play quite a bit. I love it. I love, experiencing new courses. So,
Cobb?
No, I don't get to travel very much. I stay around here at Wilmingwood and between Beau Rivage and the Muni, and then like A Fizzle hit me up during the summer, and me and him rode down to Thistle and played Thistle, and that was nice. And Golf Travel Dude got me on at Cape Fear Country Club earlier in the year. So I go places when I get invited, but with the JBC the 4th and my daughter. I drop her off at daycare at 9 and have to pick her up at 1. So I try to squeeze in, 9 holes or 18 in between, or go hit some golf balls here and there when I can. So, it doesn't give a whole lot of time for me to leave beautiful Wilmingwood and go travel and play golf somewhere else. So I usually stay around here as much as possible. Plus, I mean, when I do get a chance, play outside, I'm an hour, hour and a half outside of Myrtle Beach, so it doesn't take long to get down there and go either. So,
Yeah, I think that's
I
I
never
think
knew
that's a great
Wilmingwood was a
question.
place.
It is.
It really is. Huh?
It is. I travel around a little bit and try to play, but fortunately for me, Matt, this is a home match for me. What did I shoot at Bluegrass? That's JB's course. I shot a 90. Hibbler and I did, and then I shot an 89 the last time there. That course gives me fits. It's a little tight off the tee. Let's see. Dax not dead. But a little bit might call you that after this weekend. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, G-Man 79. I'm loving all of the Team JDax love.
Canadan, the wife did not approve of those eyebrows, but she's in Ohio right now, so she really doesn't have much to say about that.
What other questions do y'all have? Because I mean that's really what I wanted to cover. We've talked about the shamble matches. We talked about alternate shot. I'm looking for a couple more questions here. About 5 minutes to go.
let's talk about the handcrafted driver shafts from Danny Lee's making. What do you know?
I don't. Well, I mean, I don't know. He took all of our data, and I know that they're custom. I know that they're going to have some custom graphics that they're going to be one of a kind. So I'm super excited about that. I haven't seen the pictures of them or the final product, and I know I know he's gripping them. So I'm assuming they're going to be gripped and tipped to ready to be put into play right out of the gate. Let's see. Questions from Will, my man.
Ooh.
Who is the weakest link on Team Illiterate?
Oh, that's a tough one because that could be
question.
two-parters. You can go easy and say some guy's coat, but at the same time, you can try and say TTU Cliffhanger because he does play an easy course. So does that cap travel? Does
Shots
some guy's
fired.
coat? Does he come out and actually does he play? He said he's been playing golf for less than a year or something like that. So yeah, I'm a prime example. Just because you do something for a long time doesn't mean you're good at it. But I can piece some stuff together.
Okay. Anybody have another answer to that question?
Oh,
Hibbler's here asking. He's saying it's some guy's coat.
Well, Parrot's got a bum leg right now, so you don't know how that's going to hold up. So, I mean, nothing against him. He's probably a great guy, but physically, we don't know what shape he's going to show up in. A little older, got knee surgery, bad weather, cold. That's a bad pairing for him.
Does the cane in the bag count as a club? It's shaped as.
I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Like that.
I'm not calling a penalty if he needs to carry a cane or a ball retriever or whatever those cats do. I'm not gonna
You're
call.
here. I know you're here, so I'm just messing with you, bud.
Dan from Ohio wants to know how many birdie holes are on your golf course. There's a bunch of them. I mean, they're in bunches. One you can do.
That's an eagle opportunity on one.
Yeah, you can get on in two there. 6, 1, 6, 8, 9 definitely. So there's probably about 4 that you have really good chances on. 10's a par 5. 11, not really 11. 12, 13 if you choose the right club, maybe. 14 definitely. 15, 16. Yeah. So what did I name about 8 that are probably really birdieable? Good question, Dan from Ohio, though.
First time, long time.
Here's a good question. Where did I see it? Came from Chris G-Man. Biggest problem on the course. Where can players gain some strokes?
Putting. So if you can putt well on this course, it's a traditional sort of link style, right? American link. So it's got water. It's got some other things. So the real defense of the course is the wind if it's up, if you remember that, and the greens. So you're gonna have to be able to putt. Would you not agree with that, Cobb? You've played the course before.
Yeah, I mean, once you get past 2 through 6, it it becomes very, I don't know, for lack of better words, pedestrian. I mean, the toughest stretch is definitely 2 through 6, and playing it back in June, the greens were fast, and if you were above the hole, there was almost nothing you could do to keep it on the green. So staying below the green was key. And maybe the weather being soft, being wet might be a little bit of an equalizer. It might actually help things out a little bit because in the summertime it was just so fast, and it's hard to stay on the greens at that point.
So Matt wants to know, what is the strongest part of your game? I'll start gear and apparel. Absolutely. Okay. So the strongest parts of my game are gear and apparel. Matt, what do you think the strongest part of your game is?
I'm going to have to say irons.
Okay.
Driver right
Awesome.
now is just a little bit, throwing in a new driver head 2 weeks before an event with a shaft that I just pulled out of a tour bag here that I had a shaft laying around. It's probably not a little too um, regular flex for me, so I think I'd go with irons right now.
What about you, Billy?
I'm gonna say pulling an ice cold beer out of that Moto Caddy bag. That's probably the best right now.
Awesome.
But
Cobb.
no, on a real note, I'd probably say putting. This past year has been a whole lot less three putts, so we're doing pretty good with the putter.
What about you, Cobb? What's the strongest part of your game?
Uh, Probably definitely putting. Driving's getting there, which is surprising. If you see me 2 years ago, I mean, Mike's commented on it as it was pretty bad. It's definitely taken a 180 since then. Driving and putting's pretty decent right now. So
Should have just said all of it.
All of it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just an exquisite ball striker like yourself, Cobb. I can't wait to see the show that you're going to put on. Doug wants to know, is that an oversized chair? Is Billy shorter than M. Ward?
No, this is an oversized chair. Funny, I actually played with M Ward over at Tobacco Road. We're not
So
much different in height. I think I might have him by an inch or two. But yeah, this is a huge chair, and it's camo. And I couldn't find my John Deere hat for JB, so I'm sorry, JB. One of my kids stole it.
I'm surprised it took 45 minutes for that question to come out.
that was so good. Does anybody have anything else? Because I don't think that we can top. I don't think anybody in the chat's going to top that. Dan's a little upset that I called him Dan from a high. Dan knows I love him. I'm the biggest Canada mark of all time. Every Friday morning I listen to Off Course. What I want to know is, are me and Illiterate coming on Off Course this week, or has that been decided? Dan, you can type that in
It should
the
be.
chat.
I mean, I think it has to, right?
I
It kicks
think it
off
should.
Friday. Why not lead into the event with Dan on off course, right?
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not a little upset. Canadan. Love you. Love you. So does anybody have any final thoughts before I cut this loose? I go around the horn. Billy woke up this morning and chose violence. I love it. You got
One
anything
last
for
thing I
me,
do
Billy?
want to say, just like you, I'm actually rocking UST and everything but the putter. The putter does have that Sax Parenti carbon shaft, whatever it is, that floppy, crazy shaft. But everything in there, including the 3-wood hybrids, everything is UST. So it's going to be cool. I'm definitely repping the UST gear this weekend.
What about you, Cobb? Any final thoughts from
I think it's
Willywood?
just want to say a big thank you. I know JB's been giving us a hard time last couple of months, especially, and it's kind of like I said, he's kind of like an onion, rough and sneaky on the outside, and still pretty awful on the inside anyway. But once you get to know him, he's actually a pretty good guy, and just say a big thank you to him and the Golfer Gal for what they do, putting this on, and Danny Lee and UST Mamiya for helping sponsor this event, and making us a whole custom driver shaft and everything they do. They always go above and beyond. And if you get a chance to enter any THP event, you need to do that. So,
Yeah, the picture behind Cobb looks like one of those motivational pictures that you see in Office. Like it says, Serenity or
oh
something
yeah,
on there. Um, Matt, do you have any final thoughts?
I'm just looking forward to it. I'm counting the days down. You know, I'll be heading out late Thursday, driving up to. I am driving. I usually fly, so I'm going to just drive this time. But now, you know, just thanks for everyone that joined in tonight. It's been fun seeing some of these comments. I'm trying not to laugh. I wish I could reply to all of them, but just haven't got around to it. But other than that, just looking forward to the matches, meeting all these guys, and seeing what Nashville has to offer. I haven't been there in a while.
So I'll wrap it up. We're going to cut this loose. Come back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, 7:30 Central Standard Time, as I'm joined by the other two pairings, which are David Hibbler and Brymac, the Hibbler Brymac connection. And Debo76. Cannot wait for y'all to meet Ro tomorrow night on this very live stream. He's with Marmill and the Brothers of Destruction is what we're calling them internally. I can't wait to introduce y'all to the rest of the team. I appreciate everyone that has sat there and heckled us or given us comments or given us questions. This is JDax for the rest of these guys signing off, and I will see y'all tomorrow.